No matter what you do, you've got to take your time. Yeah, all right. Well, good evening, everybody. Yeah, we want to thank you all for coming out to the Jazz Spoon tonight. We're the Ben Levin Blues Band. My name is Ben, and I'm here with some great musicians with me. That's my father, Mr. Aaron Levin, on the guitar.
Well, but he started in my band, he started sitting in my band when he was 11 years old. A little kid, we'd bring him to the bars, and his mom had to be right there watching over him, you know, and we'd take him out and drive him home right after he played, because it was a bar.
You're seeing a talent level that you typically see in Chicago, New Orleans, Memphis, Nashville. This is the talent level that you're seeing here in Cincinnati, which I'm really proud of.
This feeling's killing me.
My name is Ben Levin. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm a professional full-time blues musician. Part of the appeal to blues to me is it truly is the roots of so many other genres of music. Blues is obviously a style of music, but it's also culture, feeling, and to me, blues music is the greatest way for me to express myself as a musician and as a person. It's one of the greatest art forms to connect with an audience.
I got all the right skills.
Blues could be anything that happened during the day or throughout the week, and you and the audience can reflect on that.
I'm your essential worker.
Sometimes it's a sad song, sometimes a happy song, but in the end, even if it is a song about a sad topic, as a musician, I feel better after it, and the audience, I think, feels some relief too. Physically, you know, I notice myself a lot when I play stomping feet, and sometimes that's to keep rhythm, but also it just feels good to play and stomp your foot and look out in the audience. You might see people tapping their toes or maybe smacking their hands to their knees or something. So I think there is a physical effect. When I was younger, I did listen to a little rock and roll, and then when I found out this is what those bands were listening to, early British rock and roll like the Rolling Stones.
I don't want you to be no slave.
They all listened to, like, specifically Chicago blues.
I don't want you to be no slave.
So I like to say I'm pulling from different regions of the country and different eras. You know, I would say that is part of what makes my style unique, because there's nobody else listening to this exact set of musicians.
And my main mentor and friend, please give it up for Mr. Ricky Nye.
Ben took to music when he was like 3 or 4 years old. He just, every movie that he would watch, he was into the music more than the plot. So we knew he had like something there, and he started taking piano lessons when he was 5, and he didn't have the right teacher, and he was not very happy with it. He was very upset, didn't want to go, and then this gentleman that you see tonight that Ben's playing with, Ricky Nye,
his dad asked me, do you teach kids? I'm like, how old is your boy? He's 8. We'll bring him over and see what happens.
So when I was in Japan and we had rehearsals, and a lot of settings in the United States play major festivals with musicians I've never met before without rehearsing, because we're all speaking the same language. I'm at rehearsal and we're running through this song that I wrote, and this bass player in Japan says, no, you're playing it wrong. He said in the most polite way possible, like, hey, I think it goes like this. And I said, what are you talking about? So I pulled up the recording, and sure enough, he knew my song that I wrote better than I did, right? So that was really eye-opening to me and inspiring for me, because, you know, I'm a band leader and I enjoy leading bands, but I'm also in the situation as this bass player was where he's supporting another musician. And to me, wow, what a great thing to really study a song and learn it and know it, you know, almost better than the band leader does.
Yeah, you keep riding around on me now. Ain't gonna be your fool no more.
These guys are making Cincinnati a place to come to, whereas 20 years ago, you may not have had that kind of energy in the jazz and blues community.
Carry out.
Carry out.
Well, I grew up here, so Cincinnati will always be near and dear to me. I think there is a good scene here. I'm able to make a comfortable living, and there's a lot of history here. So I've done a lot of research on the history of King Records, which at one point was the 8th largest recording company in the country. It was based in Cincinnati. So it was fun for me when I started researching that a lot of my favorite artists and songs were recorded here in Cincinnati. I think there's a lot of rich history here. There's a good pool of musicians, and there's plenty of venues for me to work and stay active.
Baby, you know, if you keep running around on me, ain't gonna be your fool no more.
I remember vividly when I was at a festival in France, this man somehow got backstage who was from the audience, and he didn't speak any English, and I didn't study up on my French like I should have. And we had this full conversation for like 10 minutes where we just went back and forth and named our favorite artists. So he said, Memphis Slim. I said, yeah, I love Memphis Slim. I said, you know, do you listen to Otis Band? Yeah, I love Otis Band. And we just went back and forth like this. But music is the ultimate equalizer. So people of any backgrounds, whether it's demographics, gender, I mean, anything that could separate people, I believe music brings people back together.